The fire forced nearly 200 inmates to be evacuated and relocated after a fire broke out in one of the air conditioning units at the Salt Lake County Metro Jail.
News Special Sheriff Park joined us live on scene with a look at the damage there. Sheriff, what do you know?
Yeah, Mike and Debbie. Okay, let me show you. So Sheriff Rosie Rivera says the majority of this damage was contained to this section of the roof, this northeast corner of the Metro Jail's roof. That's where it's concentrated. But there is some water damage that went down through the ventilation system that may have caused some minor damage inside this specific unit. Now, this fire sparked on the roof of the Salt Lake Metro Jail around 10:35 this morning. South Salt Lake Fire Chief Terry Addison says a subcontractor was working on the HVAC system at the time and noticed smoke and flames and ran to alert staff, who also began to see the smoke coming into the building. By the time firefighters got to the roof, the flames were beginning to spread.
The fire crews had to remove some of the insulation and the membrane in order to ensure that the fire did not continue to spread.
Now, as firefighters were digging into the roof to stop the fire, the jail went into lockdown and nearly 200 inmates were evacuated from their unit and moved to another unit in the jail. Sheriff Rosie Rivera says they will stay there for the foreseeable future. The fire affected jail operations for about 2 hours while bookings were shut down and jail staff were helping to move those inmates. During that time, Sheriff Rivera says police agencies around the valley were notified of the processing delay, but now that operation is back up and running. Now, no jail staff or inmates were hurt or injured by the smoke or by the fire. The only injury to really report here was the subcontractor who suffered an ankle injury at some point during this ordeal. They're not sure if that was while running to notify anyone of this fire. Sheriff Rivera says everything honestly went pretty smoothly in this case. She says her staff really stepped up in the situation and performed really well. She says a lot of that is just because of how amazing they are and simply the training that they've received over the years in running, basically doing these emergency drills that really came into play in this situation. For Live at 5 here in Salt Lake City, I'm Sheriff Park.